How do we choose different antibiotics, okay, for treating infections, okay? And you know that some of these antibiotics are broad spectrum. They will kill a lot of different bacteria. But if we are choosing one antibiotic, then it means that it is effective in most of the people, right? So that's what we're trying to get at. And but sometimes it will happen that there is an infection or a secondary infection which is not treatable by the ones that we normally use. Okay, so how do you actually screen for other antibiotics or other compounds? Okay, so one of the ways to do it is basically take a culture before. So if there is a patient, you have to have a culture. Come here closer. Okay? You have to have a culture which is in pure culture, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. From a patient, you have to have it in a pure culture, and once you have that, then you can screen it for its antibiotic sensitivity or sensitivity to other drugs. Okay? And one of the ways to do it is you can make put your drug here and basically spread it and let it absorb into the medium. Okay? So if your bacteria, when you put it on here, they grow on it, it means they are resistant to it. Okay? And if they do not grow on it, it means that they are sensitive. Okay? So just a quick screening will be done like this. But if you have a mixture and you want to get bacteria from that mixture, then you have to use some selective media so that one group is inhibited and the other group can be can grow on it, and then you can check them whether they are sensitive to something or not. This is Kelly's culture. Where is she?
She had to leave early.
Oh. So what we need to do is, because it's on solid agar, so what you will do is basically add some liquid in here, which is the medium. Just a little bit of that so that I can make a suspension of bacteria in here. Okay? So that is more than enough. Once you have done that, basically we're going to agitate some of these cells and make a suspension. And go in here, and I'm going to just see how there is lots of cells here. I'm just going to make them go into solution. Okay. Once that's done, I'm going to take some of it out. I can open this with this pipette, which takes out very small amount. Basically, it's in microliters. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can go all the way there, collect some of this bacteria. It's very little amount, about 10 microliters or something like that. Put it in the middle, right there. Take a little bit more, maybe 2 times. So put it in the middle. This can go here. And now I use this tool called a hockey stick, okay, to spreading these bacteria around on this plate. This helps because with the wire loop, you know, you will basically damage the surface. This does not. Okay? So you basically spread your bacteria everywhere. Okay? Or just rotate it one time. Once you have done that, this has bacteria on it. Goes in here. And now it's a lawn of bacteria. When they will grow, they will just basically grow everywhere. Okay. Of course, you can't see them right now, but I'm going to do is keep. This is the basically a rough patch here, which tells you you can make any kinds of quadrants, or this is kind of a marker on the bottom of the dish. So you can use it for many purposes, okay, for numbering and stuff like that. So I use it most of the time so that I'm oriented whenever I'm observing these. So you have 4 quadrants, you put numbers here. One of them would be a control, so I'll put C here, and the rest of them will be antibiotics on it. Now, these antibiotics, they come in soaked in a filter paper disc, and they look like this. Okay, so you can pass them around, and people can look at it. There is a little dispenser for taking these out, these very tiny discs, and this helps in keeping it not touching your fingers, because your fingers may have organisms and as well as some oils and stuff which can inhibit the drug. So you don't want to touch it. So this goes on like that, and there is a little lever here that I'm going to press, and then the disc will come out. So all you do is open your plate and ensure that you are horizontal to the surface, and just press it. If I can get it out.
So close.
Not all the way up. There you go. So you take it out like this. Is one that I need, and when you observe these, you will find that it says on it what antibiotic it is, and in the front it says the number. So the name of this antibiotic is streptomycin, and the number is also shown on this little disc. It says 10, which means 10 micrograms per ml. Okay? That's what the concentration is. So you don't have to remember which antibiotic you put. Actually, it says a symbol on it, and also a number which will tell you the concentration. So this is one. You will take this out, basically from here, and put the other one in a similar fashion, okay. And basically this goes here, and you will incubate them right there like this, okay, not invert them, because they will drop off. So what will happen is basically these discs will lose their drug, because it will get diffused into the medium, and wherever it is diffusing, the bacteria, if they are sensitive to it, will not grow on it. That's as simple as that. And so we can try 3 different ones here, and then a control. So let me just quickly show you the control. Controls are these which have no drug on them. So, but you have to just treat them as sterilely as possible. So clean Uroforceps, go in here and collect one of those and put it where you said control. Okay, so which is this one here, and that's about it. I have just one more to put, and you can take as many plates, as many bacteria you can test like that. Now remember that when you are using a selective media, you are selecting for a group of bacteria. Okay? So sometimes they get loose. I have neomycin and streptomycin, and this is a erythromycin. Which one of these somebody has used? Vancomycin. It's used a lot. So why, I mean, I'll talk about this in the lecture in next, everybody knows that lecture 5 is up, right? And that has all of the control of microorganisms, okay, so in it. And we'll talk a lot about in next few weeks how we control microorganisms, basically. This is a new dispenser and it is kind of, maybe I'm not doing it right. There you go. So that's the third one here, basically. If it is not, if you see that it is not completely flat, just make them flat. Okay, that's about it for this one. Okay, the other one is your